Man. Alright. Well, where do we even start? Hi, I'm Tyler, and wow, this is my first vlog, video, whatever you want to call it. I figured I should start here because you guys aren't going to know what the hell is going on unless you follow me on Instagram already or on maybe TikTok. If you didn't follow me on either of those before watching this video, then you probably don't even know who I am, so I should probably go into explaining that. I live in Manhattan, Kansas, but I am from Orange County, California. Very different places, I might add. So I'm a recent graduate of UC Santa Cruz in Northern California, and our mascot is the banana slug, Sammy the banana slug to be specific, which is, you know, it is what it is. If anyone's been to Santa Cruz, you get it. I went there and I tried finding other people into cars because cars are cool. I found a few guys who actually wanted to start a car club, and we kind of got it started. Okay, more so they got it started. I was just kind of sort of there, but it was really cool. It ended up growing into a tight-knit, small but really cool community. One of the people in the group, she messaged our big group chat and asked, hey, does anyone want to start a 24 Hours of Lemons team? And for those of you who don't know, 24 Hours of Lemons, that is kind of a spin-off of 24 Hours of Le Mans, which is a endurance race series in France. Big, like that is the staple of endurance races, which is really cool. But so this is basically a budget version of that. Basically how it works is you have to buy a car for under $500, and that is the car that you are racing in this series. So if that doesn't already give away the type of race it is, then I don't know what else to tell you. You still have to get it up to race spec. So it has to have all the safety requirements. It has to have a full roll cage in it, a fire suppression system, a kill switch, all the stuff that makes it a race car, but in a piece of shit car. November, December 2021, we're looking for cars, and you know, we're looking at older stuff, the typical cars you're gonna see for around 500 bucks. But then we saw one that we were really surprised by. It was a 2015 Ford Focus sedan. I wasn't there when they actually went to go look at it, but Bailey and some of the other teammates went over, talked to the woman who was selling it, and basically gave her the rundown of like why we're trying to buy this car. Super cool lady. She was like, oh my god, that's amazing. And she was like, yeah, I'll totally sell it to you for 500 bucks, because she just needed it gone. She had another car. I don't know the full situation, but she needed it gone. So got it for 500 bucks. So the race was going to be in March of 2022, and we had bought the car late December 2021. So we had not even 4 months really to get this car fully ready to be raced in. So we spent every weekend, every chance we could to get this car ready. Then a week before the race, all of a sudden the transmission is just not working. The car would turn on, but it would just stay in neutral. When we would take it out of park and try and put it in a drive, or into any gear for that matter, it wouldn't do it. And we were like, crap, what do we do? Ended up coming down to the very last day. We're still trying to think of stuff. No dice. Which was absolutely heartbreaking, because for us to be able to get that close to doing this race, to actually pulling it off, some college students who, keep in mind that we barely all knew each other really. We kind of just came together because we all wanted to form a team, and we did it. We actually made it happen and had a car ready to go, and then the transmission dies. But that leads us to today, and now you're probably thinking, how are you going from Northern California to Kansas, and now you're trying to go to a race in Atlanta? Tyler, what the hell are you thinking? Let me explain. Basically, I work for Ford. The thing about it is I had to be okay with being sent to anywhere in the country, which led me to the Kansas City office. I moved out here in September, so the car by that point had been just sitting in Bailey's house, just not running for many months. We had been talking about it the entire time that, like, yeah, we want to get the transmission fixed or put a new one in to eventually race. It was kind of put on the back burner because we had other stuff going on. Because I graduated moved on, other people transferred to other schools. Everyone kind of started going their own different ways. But we still wanted to get it back together at some point. So it ended up working out that I came to Kansas because I have the space now to have the car in a garage. What we ended up doing was Bailey had the car shipped out here, got the car out here, and my friend Chandler and I decided, all right, we're gonna do a manual swap.
Oh my god, we got it.
It's gotta be held on by.
We fucking got it.
I got it! It worked! It worked!
Which leads us to today. Today is Tuesday. The race is this weekend, and we have to get to Atlanta. The reason why we're doing that is because it's the last race of the season. We have the car ready. We want to race. So that is basically everything you guys need to know to get caught up on how we're here now. So the last thing that I really have to do is a Lemons tech sheet that I need to bring to the race with us, and this is just to go over everything that is required from the rules and all that, just to make sure it's gonna hopefully pass tech when we get there on Friday. So let's go do that.
Butters, say hi to the camera. Butters. This is what we've got with some awesome new stripes. Ignore the, it's fine. But we've got a tech sheet here, and we gotta fill this out before we go, just making sure, you know, everything is up to par and ready for racing. So we've got a bunch of stuff loaded in here and all that whatnot. You know what? I think this is more important. Okay, well anyway, Marina's finishing up the logos on the side. Alright, I'm done. Fine. Alright, we made it. We managed to back it in to the Airbnb. Looking good. It's 10 o'clock at night. We're gonna get all settled in and get some good sleep because we fucking need it. Let's go! We're racing on that! We're racing on that! Oh my god, I'm so excited. We got our pit set up and went to tech inspection, where we got the car looked over and had a chance to see some of the other cool cars racing that weekend.
We're putting it on the hood.
We then went to BS inspection, where I basically gave them the same story I gave you guys about how we got there and how we got the car.
Tell me the story. Tell me the story of how you got here. This car came from California. It is an interesting story. Go. So this is the newest car that has ever raced in the ever, right? Yeah. This is the newest car that's ever raced. So I'm not going to put you in C until we realize just how stupid and bad you guys are. These are also good cars with the MTX 75. Yes. Those are great. Endurance racing transmissions. I'm going to put you in class B, which is the best. So, that said, have a good time. Don't worry about where you're going to finish. So we got class B. We'll see what happens.
We got 0 penalty laps, which was a huge relief. There's 3 classes in the race, A, B, and C. A being the fastest and C being the slowest. We were put in B, which was pretty cool, but we learned the hard way later on that we were probably better off in C. We went to a rookie meeting as well as a general meeting after, and next thing we knew, it was Saturday morning and I was out going to the track.
Alright guys, I gotta figure out where the hell I'm going.
It was certainly a bit nerve-wracking at first, especially since it was wet out. But I soon realized that all my sim time actually paid off because I began feeling pretty comfortable pretty fast. We started the race 88th out of 101 cars, and after my 45-minute stint, we moved all the way up to 59th place. Nate went in next and certainly felt the same nerves I did, and it was tough being in an underpowered car because we had to let cars pass us left and right. Chandler got in next and set an absolute heater of a lap and got 2 minutes and 10 seconds. Our problems for the weekend finally started though when Chandler felt the car start bogging down. You can see here that he pulls the car off the track, turns it off, and tries turning it back on.
The car's broken.
And it actually starts back up and seems to be fine after that. Little did we know that we would have more issues later. Bailey went next, and that was a super incredible moment because it meant that all 4 of our drivers got a chance to drive the car, which is something that at the very least we hope to get this weekend. Regardless of everything else that happened, the fact that each driver got at least one drive in the car was something that I was very proud of. Alright, just finished my stint, and I can confidently say we are slow as shit. But it's alright, you know, either way, we've driven this long, and just to get this far is an accomplishment. Actually, what time is it? It's 2:23, so we got a few more hours. See if we can keep going, but you know what, the fact that we've made it this far, I'm very grateful. We know now for the future, we want to get faster, because our car is slow. We just keep getting past, but feel more confident. How you feeling? Interview with Chandler.
Yeah, it's great.
Yeah?
I
Slow?
like racing.
Oh no, the Texas car. That guy was passing people left and right.
He's fast.
In competition's out.
Rip.
Fast but fragile.
Other yellow car, that's not good. Alright. Oh.
I like cheese.
Beer. Hello.
Yeah, I can't wait to see how.
I'm overriding Tyler's YouTube channel.
After Nate's second stint, he told us how the car felt very, very slow, and much slower than it was before. This was the beginning of the end.
Well, that one is oily.
It really has oil on? God, that sucks.
Yeah. See how different those are? How that one's just pitch black, covered in oil,
Oh.
and this is like a nice burnt kind of brownish. So that one's good. So we lost that cylinder. Yep,
So-
and that's not supposed to happen.
Yeah. What can cause that?
Ring failure and yeah, pistons not sealing properly. And there's a lot of issues that could run to that. So basically it means you're either rebuilding an engine or throwing a new one in, and at that point it's probably cheaper just to throw a new one in.
So basically, at this point, we're not sure if we're going to be able to finish the race. We were talking about it, and Nate, especially in his most recent stint, noticed that the car is just extremely underpowered. So we're trying to figure out what that's all about. And then so we're like, okay, let's turn off the car, let's see what's going on. Because I did notice the first time I drove in the first stint, I was able to go a little over 90 on the straight. And my second stint, I was only able to go like 80. It wasn't that noticeable, but the fact that after that, when Nate was driving, he was saying he could barely get up some of the hills and was really struggling. So, probably doesn't help that the stock oil is 5W20, which is probably too thin. Like, we probably should have ran 5W30. We talked about running that, but we said screw it, and that might have been biting us in the ass. We pulled out the spark plugs, and basically, they have oil on them. So we got a compression tester from one of the other teams, and we're gonna test the compression. If the compression's good, throw new spark plugs in. Hopefully it works. If compression's bad, then we know it's screwed. We'll see, because you know, at the very least, maybe we'll drive it into the ground. You know, it does run. It's not great, but it's like, hey, might as well drive it until it dies. We get some racing out of it still, so we'll see what happens.
Yeah, this one's got concussion. All right, you're good.
So that's what it's supposed to look like.
That one and that one did that, so those are all good. All right, go ahead. You're good.
Yep, so that's not what you want.
Yeah.
All right, so the car is and it sucks, but yeah, we basically determined that, you know, oil is going into cylinder 2, and it's got no compression. You know, the engine's done. We could spend hours rebuilding it, but we don't have the money to do it, and we don't really want to do it because that just would suck. Filled the car up with new oil, new spark plugs, and we even cut off the muffler of the exhaust just because we wanted it to be louder, and why not at this point. I got to drive the car in the morning and just see how long we could make it, and we ended up doing an hour and 10 minutes, which is not too bad before it just started dying and I had to just limp it back in the pits. I was really worried I wasn't going to make it back, and there was one point on the hill where I actually barely crept up it, probably going about 5 miles an hour, before being able to coast back in and make it back to our pit. So, we made it an hour into Sunday before the car died and rod knock and all the other stuff. So, you know, we knew it was going to happen eventually. We didn't know when it was going to happen today, but the fact that I got to drive it for an hour today was really cool. I didn't get to go super fast, but I still had a good time making use of the downhill and the momentum and all that. It was a lot of fun. So, we're now back at the Airbnb. Everyone's going to change, and we're going to go to K1 and have some fun. That's more like it. First place. Let's go. Next year, this will be us finishing the race here at Atlanta. Mark my words. Yeah. And just like that, guys, we're all done. We're on our way back home now. Got a long drive ahead of us. I want to thank you guys so much for watching this video. We will be back. We're going to be putting a new engine in it, and we're going to be back in 2023 better, faster, stronger, hopefully a little bit smarter, and hopefully not breaking stuff. So if you guys like the video, please be sure to like and subscribe. Really would appreciate it. We've got a lot of cool race car stuff coming soon, especially with my other car, the Focus ST, and I'm really excited to share it with you guys. Thank you for watching. I'll see you next time.
Hello. Who is this? Is this Butters? Yes. Okay. Wow. Yo, what's going on, you guys? And today we have another video. We're gonna be reviewing some Sun Chips. Ooh la la, ooh la la. Today we have Tyler in the building over here, this sexy man. Man, look at this boy. Oh my God, what do you have to say?
I don't know how to put him on the spot.
Oh, it's okay. It's okay. All right, he's just a little camera shy. It's okay, we're all shy.
Still a little shy.
Yeah.